Guten Erev Yom Tov. This is Elkanah Shmatkin speaking. It is Erev Pesach Tov Shin Pei Beis Lachar Chatzos Hayom. This early morning I was at a bris and sitting next to Rabbi Yossi Paltiel, and he told me once, and then again, and then again, and then again, and several times since, he asked me if I could get my father to record the entire Haggadah, not just the little parts that he did in the past, from how the Rebbe did it. My father, for many years, stood right on behind the Rebbe's shoulder in the first row for both Starim, and he always says the Haggadah with a very unique way the Rebbe said it. So I finally got it together and managed to record a large part, as you're about to hear. My father asked me to note that there's a few different recordings of him doing it, and none of them are perfect, and he would love to hear all of them and compare them himself and probably be able to say which is the best. But I can tell you that this is the way he does it almost every year, so if by him knowing year to year is accurate, then this is probably pretty good. The special thank you to Rabbi Paltiel for pushing to make this happen.
Regarding the Rebbe's second half of the Seder, and we're beginning with Shvei Chamoscho, as everyone knows, that it was an extraordinary time with an open dveikes, and the Rebbe said the Shvei Chamos, from Shvei Chamoscho until the end, in a very special way. I just want to make 3 or 4 of my observations before trying to, as I remember, the tune. Number 1 is I observed when it came to the Hallel, there is some psukim are bakoshes, like Afafune Chavlemoves, in B'Shem Hashem Ekron Hashem Alto Nafshi, for instance. And then there is, when there is praise, Keis Yishu Eseso, and Bruchim Atem Lashem, and words of praise. So, in the words of praise, the Rebbe said it with it was stronger. That was my observation. I also want to, for my memory, that B'chlal Weisman doch, we know that the Rebbe said everything from the Siddur, but in the case of the Haggadah, the Rebbe's eyes, I can see the whole thing, but closed, and even in some place, sometimes, even when the Haggadah the page had to be turned, so it took a little longer until the Rebbe opened his holy eyes and turned it around. The other thing is when it came to Eidul Hashem Kitev, all the Kil Elam Chazdei, as I will try to imitate, the Rebbe said it emphasized Ki Le'elam Chazdei. Eidul Adeinu Adeinim Ki Le'elam Chazdei. Eidul Hashem Kitev Ki Le'elam Chazdei, all of them, all the keys and all the Ki Le'elam Chazdei. The last thing is that, of course, this is only basically it's the tune up and down, but it's hard to say that this is the way the Rebbe said exactly these psukim is hard to say. I mean, it's for sure it's not the same, and I don't know if the Rebbe himself said it always the same. And one more thing, and that is that the Rebbe B'derech Klal, was Meirich even after the Makri, the Uncle Katz, was already finished. So sometimes the Rebbe would just go on the same pace slowly. Sometimes the Rebbe would, if he finished earlier, the Rebbe would kind of hurry up and say it faster and not with a full voice. Another thing, just an observation through the ears. Now, okay. שפך עמוס חלגים אשר לא ידעוכו, והממלוכס אשר בשמחו לא יקראו, כי אוכל ישיה כבש נביא ישמו, שפוך עליהם זמך ואחרינה פחו ישיגם. This is for sure that was what I'm saying now. Tir deis beafes hashmidei mitachas shmei Hashem. Leilonu Hashem, leilonu chidushim chotin koved al chastecho al amitecho. Lo moyem u'agoyim ayenu Elokeim. ואלוקינו בשמיים כלשי חופץ עשו, עצביהם כסף וזוב ומעשה ידי אדום, פה להם ולא ידברו, עיניים להם ולא יראו, אוזניים להם ולא ישמעו, אף להם ולא יריחון, ידיהם ולא ימישון, רגליהם ולא ילכו ויגעו בקרנו, כמיהם יהיו עשיהם, like I said before, that the length of each one of them is because, in other words, the Rebbe, there is the sentence and the idea, and then like this is all one thing. So this was in the same way, and then after this is done, then it's like and that's like a new. So then the tunes rose or became the second part of it. But to say exactly, this was I'm not promising. Israel tar b'Hashem ezomim maginamu b'saren b'tchav Hashem ezomim maginamu yirei Hashem b'tchav Hashem ezomim maginamu Hashem yizchoronu yevorech es beis Yisrael yevorech es beis Harein yevorech yirei Hashem aktanim imagdelim. That I happen to remember. Aktanim imagdelim. Yisev Hashem aleichem aleichem ve'al bneichem bruchim atem l'Hashem eisei shamayim v'oretz. Afofuni chevle moves tzor shel metzuni tzor v'yogin emtzo uv'shem Hashem ekro on Hashem malto nafshi chanun Hashem v'tzadik v'lekeinu rachem shem epsoyim Hashem davleisi v'lidei shiyam Shuvi nafshi limnuchoichi ki Hashem gomaloloichi ki chilatzo nafshi mimoves eseini min dimo esragli midechi eshalich lifnei Hashem be'artzi sachayim emanti ki adaber ani onisim eid אני אמרתי וחוב זיקו ולודום כזב.
You're saying it ganz loud. The Rebbe said it to himself, or he said it loud?
He said it to himself, but he said it in a... It was with rakshas.
The whole room could hear?
The whole room, as far as I'm concerned, the whole room could hear. I mean, I was close, but the whole room could hear. No question about it.
So it's like a chazan, haich.
I mean, I know a chazan, like someone davens for himself, and then he said it with his rakshas. I don't know.
Okay.
Halves Hashem kol geim shapchu kol umim ki go va'oleinu chasdei v'emes Hashem lo malaluko Eidol Hashem kitev ki leilom chasdei Yemano Yisrael ki leilom chasdei Yemano besarin ki leilom chasdei, yemru no yirei Hashem, ki leilom chasdei, min ha-meitzak osiko, ononi b'melchovko, Hashem li leiro ma yasel yodom, Hashem li be'ezoi v'ani rebbeseinoi. Kilino vishu bole tzadikim yemin Hashem eisochoil yemin Hashem reimeimo yemin Hashem eisochoil. Keil yatov eideko eleka yarim meko eidu Hashem kitev ki leilom chasdei. Eidu lekei elekim ki leilom chasdei. Eidu ladeinu adeinim ki leilom chasdei. Leisen nifloes gdilis levadei ki leilom chasdei. Leis hashomayim bisvuno ki leilom chasdei. L'reika oretz alamoyim ki leilom chasdei. Leis eirim gdelim ki leilom chasdei. L'makim melochim gdelim ki leilom chasdei. Vayag melochim adirim ki leilom chasdei. L'sichid melech oimeri ki leilom chasdei. שבשפלנו זוכר לנו כי leilom chasdei, ויפרקנו מצורנו כי leilom chasdei, ניסן לחם לכל בוסר כי leilom chasdei, הידו לקהל השומעים כי leilom chasdei. There have been times with all the dveikes. So when it came to the one who read the haggada, the Uncle Katz, when it came to Edel Hashem Kitev Kilelam Chasdei Yeman Yisrael, at least one time that I remember, the Rebbe turned around to everybody that why isn't everybody joining in responding? So just also one of the memories.
I think I've heard you've said that sometimes the Rebbe was crying.
Yes. And I think it might have not so much, but Yisrael Friedman, I think, said that the Rebbe Poshet, he remembers the Rebbe Poshet Gigosen, if I'm not mistaken.
You were standing behind the Rebbe, so you were
I was behind the Rebbe, yeah, but you could see what the Rebbe is.
What's going on?
Yeah. And Nishmas would be, again, Nishmas, you can figure out yourself the length of the sentences with the first step of the tune and the second of the tune. I mean, you can just figure out yourself.
Do a few because it's a different type of...
Nishmas kol chai tevorech Hashem Hashem Elokeinu v'ruach kol boso teforer u'seimem zichach malkeinu tomid min ohelom v'ad ohelom atokel ומבלעדיך אין לנו מלך גאל ומשיח פדה ומציל ומפרנס ואין רחם בכל ישראל וצוקו אין לנו מלך אלוהותו אלא כיורשנים ואחרינים אליקה כל בריאס הדין כל תילודס המהול all ברבת ישבוכס המנהג אלומי בחסד ובריאס וברחמים. הילופינו מולי שירו כיום ושלנו רינו כמין גלו וספסנו שבח כמרחב ורקיע ועינינו מאירס כשמש וחיורח וידינו פרוסס כניש ושמועים ורגלינו קלס כיולס איננו מספיקים לידס לך השם אלוקינו ולקי אביסנו ובורך שמחו הלחס מאלף אלפי אלופים וריבריבו ויספהומים הטבס ניסים ונפלואס שוסיסו עמנו עם אביסנו מלפונים.
Thank you. Kosher Pelech and Pesach. Shana Abba B'Yerushalayim.